What's up, everyone, and welcome to Up and Out. I'm your hostess that does the mostest, or so they say, LaPorsche. Today I have one of my favorite writers from Out.com and Pride.com joining me, and we're diving into some of the latest and greatest hot topics on our sites. Check it out, and better believe it was a key, honey. Okay, what's up, everyone? Joining me today is Bernardo Sim, a writer and associate editor for Out.com and Pride.com. And y'all, I really think today is going to be a really fun one because he has some juicy stories. What's up, Bernardo?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You know, I'm going, but I'm really interested in the topics we're talking about today. All right, so first up, I heard that we have an announcement from the one, the only, the legendary RuPaul. What did you hear this week? Why is everybody talking about RuPaul? Because it's actually not Drag Race. What's up with that?
Exactly. So it's very off-brand for Mama Ru, as we know her in the Drag Race universe, to be out of drag and talking this emotionally. But yeah, RuPaul this week shared a new video on Instagram and on Twitter, announcing a new memoir. The new memoir is called The House of Hidden Meanings. And RuPaul was very emotional during the video, which is also something we rarely get to see. And this new memoir is going to explore RuPaul growing up Black and queer in San Diego. RuPaul had an absent father and a mother that struggled with the divorce that happened between RuPaul's parents, and finding his drag persona in Atlanta and then in New York City, where RuPaul became supermodel of the world eventually,
Yeah.
falling in love with his now husband, George LaBar, and eventually entering the path of sobriety, which RuPaul is sober person. And the book is scheduled to come out March 5th, 2024,
Yeah.
and we're very excited to see what's going to be shared because we've never seen Ru be this emotional.
Being Black, being queer, being this one of a kind personality definitely had to come with a lot of layers and a lot of stories. So I'm very interested. I have not seen the video yet, but can you just describe the type of emotion he had during the video?
Yeah, so RuPaul has written 3 books before this, and his first book, "Letting It All Hang Out," is
Yeah.
described as an autobiography,
Yeah.
but it was a you can I've read the book, and it's a you he glances through his life in a very commercial way. This was written in the 90s, and it was on the following supermodel of the world. So RuPaul was just introducing this Hollywood ready biography of his life, and I think now he's at a different place, and this memoir seems like it will explore the realities of what it was to grow up queer, grow up Black, grow up
But
with his family.
I really understand that though, because if you're saying that his first book came out in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And this is when he was still trying to rise. The 90s, it was a tad bit better for the community. Like a tad. It was like in the 90s, people are like, gay, drag. Okay, well, that's entertaining to me. You feel what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, oh my gosh, my gay little son or this gay Black drag queen. It wasn't giving that, outside of your major like New York and LA cities and maybe Atlanta, but we're still in the South down here in Atlanta, and never get that confused. Okay, honey? And so I definitely think that I can see why Ru may have did his commercial success in the 90s, because you're still trying to make it. Now, I mean, RuPaul has put, we all are familiar with RuPaul's Drag Race, has put so many human beings on. Because a lot of the times we talk about RuPaul's Drag Race, but we forget that RuPaul's entity is like not just the stars, it's your production team, it's your producers. I mean, they've won like more than 15, 20 Emmys. And so I think that a lot of the times we only look at the stars up front, but we don't see the impact that maybe RuPaul has made for people. You know what I mean? And that's undeniable, what he has done and how he has used his life. So I know for me, I'm really interested to see and talk to you later once this book come out, to see what this book holds and what is going to be new. Now, on to the next thing. Bernardo, on this show this week, it's so funny. I feel like I've said hard lunch like 3 times with talking about the whole McCarthy situation. I was talking to Christopher about it. But we actually have somebody else who soft lunch something. All right. So what did Keenan Lonsdale post on social media this week? I read your article and it was so cute. Tell me all about it.
So Keenan Lonsdale, he's best known as the main love interest in Love Simon, and he also played Kid Flash in the CW series The Flash.
Oh,
He's been an out gay actor and singer for many years. Most recently, he was in the Step Up High Water TV series with Neo. And he's a very interesting person. I've interviewed him in the past, and this week he soft launched a potential new boyfriend on Instagram. The caption said something like, "This is how you secure a man," or something like that.
yeah.
So it really suggests that this is a man in his life. But he didn't tag the person. He didn't use any
Yeah.
terms like
Yeah.
boyfriend or partner. But he did tag the post with his song "Come Poppy," which was released earlier this summer.
Okay. Yeah.
So there was a little promo there, but yeah, this might be a new boyfriend that Keenan has, and we're very excited for him.
It's so funny when we're talking about soft lunch, hard lunches, and stuff like that. I think it's like it's such a cheeky term, and yet I understand it because for me, one, I did not know that I'm familiar with the CW Flash. I'm a huge like Marvel Universe, DC. I'm always at the movies, like to go see all of these different types of things. But and I definitely watched the show on CW. But it's so funny. I didn't know that he was out. I had no idea that he was out. And a lot of the times when we're talking about like soft lunching boyfriends or partners, girlfriends, no discrimination, people. um, I love that everybody has this like different way. And I saw his photo. It's like you see a little like halfway head because that's so me.
Yeah, I totally understand how celebrities, especially because there's so much going on with their relationships, they're kind of wary and they're using this soft launch trend to kind of, introduce new partners in a sleeky way. I don't know.
Because it's interesting because it's like you want to show, hey, I am with someone. So, like, let's calm down with the DMs. But you also were like, well, 1 second now, hold up. Okay. It's so funny when I see different women and men who are constantly changing out the different girlfriends and boyfriends on the Instagram. I'm like, well, last year wasn't you just dating? And then hold up, 6 months ago you was posting another man, and then now you like who you with? Like what's up? And so for me, I just prefer to keep that part of my life a little private. And that's how I am. Maybe you'll get a peek of something on like the close friends or something. But it's you just got to be careful, especially when you work in the TV industry, because I feel like as a woman, if you are definitely like posting a lot of different people and human beings, then it's not fair, but it will look a certain way. And I'm not just even talking about looking, like you get around or like you're, always a serial dater, but also looking like you don't know how to have any type of commitment. My friends always laugh at me. They're like, you're going to pull an Issa Rae. I don't know if you're familiar when Issa Rae got married and she posted the photo with her. It was like, oh, look at this campaign ad. That's so me. Like, that's the type of jokester I am. I would definitely post a photo like, oh, I had this photo shoot. Whole time
Yep.
it's my wedding. It's my whole wedding. That is literally me in real life. So I just think that was so funny. Listen, I love reading your articles. You're such a really great writer, and thank you so much for coming on to the show and sharing your thoughts with me today. And we're gonna have you back next week.
Thank you so much, and it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
Listen, talking to them is always a key. I love it. And you know what? What am I gonna leave y'all with today? Always remember that you are enough. All right. See you later, girls.